The neural-enhanced blade hummed with quantum resonance as Lyra Blackwater raised it toward the pale stranger who had dared challenge her clan's honor. Around them, the combat circle buzzed with electromagnetic fields designed to amplify psionic abilities, standard protocol for formal duels on New Avalon. "You're making a mistake, girl," the stranger said, his voice carrying an odd harmonic that made her augmented hearing system spike with interference. His clothes were simple, anachronistic even, cloth instead of adaptive nanofibers, leather boots instead of grav stabilizers. But his eyes held depths that her ocular implants couldn't properly focus on. "The mistake was yours when you insulted House Blackwater," Lyra replied, her clan tattoos pulsing with bioluminescent code that interfaced directly with her nervous system. Behind her, 50 of her kinsmen stood in formation, their own enhancement suites creating a symphony of electronic whispers. The duel commenced with the traditional exchange, a dance of plasma and steel that would have been impossible for unaugmented humans. Lyra's reflexes, boosted by quantum processors threaded through her spinal column, allowed her to move at superhuman speeds. Her blade, forged from metamaterial that could phase shift between dimensions, cut through space itself. But the stranger matched her, blow for blow, without any visible technology. Where her movements were precision-guided by predictive algorithms, his seemed to flow from some deeper current, as if he moved not just through space but through probability itself. The fatal moment came when Lyra saw an opening in his guard. Her enhanced vision painted targeting vectors across her retina as she lunged forward. The blade sliced cleanly through his palm, drawing blood that gleamed silver in the arena's harsh lights. Then everything changed. The wound on his palm began to glow. Not with the familiar blue-white of plasma technology, but with something older, deeper. Ancient runes materialized along her blade's edge, symbols that predated human civilization by eons. They pulsed with a rhythm that matched her heartbeat, then began to override it. The stranger smiled, and Lyra realized with growing horror that the blood on her weapon wasn't just silver, it was liquid starlight, the same substance that powered the most advanced civilization drives. But this wasn't refined, processed starlight. This was pure, original essence, the kind that existed only in the cores of dying gods. "House Blackwater," he said softly, and his voice now carried harmonics that reached frequencies her enhanced hearing couldn't process, yet somehow, she understood them perfectly. "Do you know what that name truly means?" Around the combat circle, her clansmen began to drop to their knees. Not from defeat or surrender, but from recognition. Their enhanced memories, augmented with quantum storage capabilities, were suddenly accessing data they didn't know they possessed. Genetic memories. Ancestral codes written into their very DNA. Lyra felt it too, a flooding awareness that bypassed her neural implants entirely. The stranger wasn't human. He was something far older, something that had walked between stars when her species was still learning to use fire. And House Blackwater. House Blackwater had sworn fealty to his kind millennia ago, when the first colonial ships left Earth. The contract was written in their blood. In their genes. In the very quantum signatures of their enhanced abilities. "You are our sovereign," whispered her Uncle Marcus, his combat implants powering down automatically in the presence of his genetic superior. "We had forgotten, but the blood remembers." The stranger. No, the sovereign, stepped forward, his wound already healed. The starlight blood on Lyra's blade continued to pulse with ancient power, rewriting the weapon's quantum matrix, transforming it into something beyond human technology. "I have been away too long," he said, looking out at the sprawling city beyond the arena, its towers reaching toward the star-filled sky. "But now I return to collect what is mine. Starting with House Blackwater." Lyra felt her will slipping away, not through coercion but through recognition of a truth older than civilization itself. Her enhanced mind, designed to process thousands of variables per second, could only focus on one terrible certainty. They had never been truly free.